Do you struggle with creating enough content to reach enough customers? In this video, we're going to discuss a game-changing trick that's going to increase your customers and it's going to increase the amount of content you're producing. It's a simple strategy that's going to make your brand always top of mind. You're going to boost your flooring company's profits. We're going to unveil a simple growth secret, and we're going to maximize content and customers. This is going to ease your marketing struggles and improve limited reach and revenue. So before we get started, make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date with all of the latest content we're producing. So let's start with the problem. The biggest problems that I see with local flooring companies is, firstly, they do not produce enough content. They don't produce enough content to stay top of mind. They don't produce enough content to stay in front of their target audience, or enough to attract people to them, or to build brand awareness within their local area, to build authority, and to stand out from their competitors. And why is this? This mainly comes down to a few points. The first being is they simply don't have a strategy in place. They don't have the resources to do it. They don't have the right tools or know of the right tools to use. They simply don't have the time because they're caught up in running their business, or they don't have the right processes or systems in place. So now let's look at what kind of content you actually need to be producing. Let's also look at where you should be posting it and how frequently you should be posting it. So the types of content that you need to be producing is, firstly, content for your website. Your website should always take priority over any other platform. Your website is your property, it's your asset, and you have the most control over your website than anywhere else. So on your website, you generally create long form content. The kind of content I'm talking about are blog posts, local geographical content, content about your products and services, case studies, and frequently asked questions. Now, the second type of content you need to be creating is for your social media profiles. And content you create for social media is generally short form content. And this is going to be things like reposting reviews, case studies, services and products, general business information like your opening hours, frequently asked questions, offers and promotions, geo post and location post, and then lastly, blog information, but snippets of blog information. Okay, so now we know the two main types of content you need to be creating. You need to be creating content on your website, which is generally long form content, and then you need to be creating content for your social media platforms, which is going to be short form content. So where do we need to post this content? What actual platforms? And quite simply, you need to be posting this content on all of the platforms and places that your customers hang out. And the three most popular platforms for local businesses is going to be, firstly, Facebook. Facebook is absolutely full of local groups. It's full of people in the local community talking with each other. I'm constantly seeing people asking for recommendations for different companies around the local area. So Facebook is an absolute must for a local flooring company. The second place is Google. A Google search is quite often the first place that people go when they need a local flooring company, when they need to find a local flooring showroom. And more specifically, Google Maps is one of the most important parts of Google for a local flooring company. And on Google Maps, on your Google business profile, you have the ability to create posts, just like any other social media platform. So you need to be utilizing this feature and you need to be posting regularly on Google's business profile. Google also ties in with your website. So having the right, good quality content on your website is an absolute must. And then the third platform is Instagram. Now, Instagram isn't as obvious as the other two for local flooring companies and local business, but in recent years, Instagram has become so business orientated, and there are literally millions of local businesses posting their content on Instagram every single day. And especially with flooring being such a visual niche, you need to be posting on there on a regular basis so people can see the kind of work that you're doing, and they can envision what their property is going to look like with the type of flooring that you're fitting for some of your other customers. If your Instagram attracts local people from the local area, then your Instagram can be a very effective marketing tool. Now, there are a ton of other platforms that you can use to post your content on, but these three are definitely the most important for a flooring company. And these three should take priority over every other platform. So now we know the types of content you should be creating and the platforms you should be posting them on. How often should you be posting them? How frequently should you be posting them? So let's first look at your website. You should be adding some sort of long form content to your website between once to twice per month at the minimum. Ideally, weekly if possible, because Google absolutely loves fresh content. It's worth noting though that Google will only index high quality content. It does not like low quality content. If you add lots of low quality content to your website, that is going to lower the authority of your site. It's going to lower the chances of you ranking for the keywords that you want to. Your content needs to be relevant to your niche, it needs to be accurate, and it needs to be written correctly and structured well. And then for social media, you should be posting at the minimum of around 3 times per week, but ideally once per day if you can. Why? Because social media is so fast paced. Your post could be seen for a matter of hours and then it's gone, it's buried in all of the other thousands of other social media posts on your feed. So now let's look at the actual strategy that we can use to create and post all of this content. Now there is a lot of content to create, and it can be very time consuming, but if you follow this process, it's going to make it much easier. You should focus on creating content for one place to begin with, and the one place that you should be creating content for is your website. If you create 1 to 2 long form good quality blog articles per month, and you create 1 to 2 good quality case studies per month, and you focus on creating pages for every product and service that you offer within every location that you operate in, and if you focus on creating good quality pages for all of your products and services, and lastly, if you answer all of the FAQs that people have about these products and services, you will have an abundance of content to be able to repurpose for all of the other platforms. Once you have consistent good quality content going onto your website, you then need to focus on your Google business profile. The things you need to focus on are increasing the amount of reviews on your Google business profile, adding posts to your Google business profile, adding all of your products and services to your profile, filling out all of your business information as accurately as possible, and answering any common FAQs that your customers have about your products and services and your business. Once you've done this, you then have even more content that you can then repurpose for the other social media profiles. So by creating good quality content every single month or week on your website, and also creating good quality content every single month and week on your Google business profile, you're going to have enough information and enough content there to then take and post on the other platforms. So you can essentially repost reviews that people have given you. You can take a screenshot of the review from your Google business profile and then write a little bit about the service that they use and show potential customers how good of a job you did and how happy your previous customers are of your service. You can create posts about your products and services so people understand what it is that you offer. You can post about the different locations that you operate in so people are clear about where you actually serve. You can post common FAQs to get rid of any doubt that any potential customers have and to push people further along the buying cycle. And if you're writing 1 to 2 blog articles per month for your website, you can take snippets of information out of those blog articles and create social media posts out of them. And if you're writing 1 to 2 case studies per month, you can do exactly the same thing with that as well. The key is a lot of this content is what we call evergreen content. Evergreen content is content that is timeless. You could post it now or in 2 years' time and it would still be relevant. Meaning once you have a handful of posts in one particular category, so let's say that you have 10 reviews from 10 different customers. Once you've posted those 10 reviews on your social media profile, every few months you can keep reposting those reviews. Or if you've written information about every product and service that you offer in separate posts, again, 6 months down the line, you can repost that content. And that way, once you've built up all of this content in these different categories, you have a constant stream of content all year round. And they're just your standard posts. In between that, you can add more unique posts. It just means that you've always got content going out on these platforms. And people will always see your brand. You'll always be in front of them. And you'll always be top of their mind. So once you've created all of this content, let's say you've created 10 posts in each of these categories. All you need to do is add it to a content scheduling tool. Link up your social media profiles, set how often you want these posts to be done, so every 2 days, every day, and let it run. And then when it comes to the end of posting all of this content, you just simply repost it all again. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next one.